Thank you, Carolyn. Without a doubt, stress has many negative effects on people. We need to have coping tools to deal with our stress when it skyrockets. If you have not heard about mindfulness, I am here today to introduce you to a way that you are able to cope with stress using the mindfulness practice. What is mindfulness, you ask? Mindfulness has roots that date back 2,500 years using breathing to center their attention and bring it back to the present moment. Mindfulness is the ability to intentionally pay attention to the present moment without filters of judgment. The goal of mindfulness is to quiet the mind's chattering thoughts, anxieties, and regrets. In other words, it is the art of cultivating the ability to be in control of our own minds instead of our minds being in control of us. Hospitals around the world today have been using the mindfulness practice for about 15 years. Mindfulness practice for their patients have helped them reduce their stress, anxiety, depression, and pain. You may be asking yourself right now what corporations are using the mindfulness practice. Corporations such as Google, Yahoo, Target, Apple, and Texas Instruments are just a handful of companies that are using the mindfulness practice to help their employees reduce their stress. The goal of mindfulness is to organize and accept inner thoughts and feelings. Studies by the National Institute of the UK, the University of Massachusetts, and the Mind Body Institute at Harvard University suggest that mindfulness at work is good for business. The studies found that practicing mindfulness at work reduces employee absenteeism and turnover rates, improves cognitive functions such as concentration, memory, and learning ability, increases employee productivity, enhances employer, employee, and client relationship, and improves job satisfaction. Mindfulness also helps nurture imagination and improves mental health. People who practice mindfulness show improved innovative thinking, better communication skills, and more appropriate reactions to stress. They also say that they are better able to handle conflict at work and experience improved teamwork and team relations. Mindfulness allows you to be in control and to respond to people in stressful events. So instead of your mind constantly focusing on the negatives, we are trying to incorporate and focusing on the positives. If your mind is constantly focusing on the negatives, such as I have way too much on my plate, there's no way I'm going to finish all this work. What do I have going on tonight? My kids have soccer, my kids have hockey. Your brain starts to spiral out of control with all these mind activities going on, and they're all negative thinking. So if you're thinking all of this in a negative aspect, then yes, you won't be able to finish that on task, and you will become very stressed. Negative thoughts will continue to grow in your head, and they will take over. Research has shown that by improving one's mindfulness, it reduces the levels of cortisol in the brain. Cortisol is a hormone related to stress. When cortisol levels drop, the mind calms down and is able to become more focused. Imagine this. You're just getting off of work, you're heading down a busy expressway, it's crowded, you're standstill, people are coming in and out of traffic, and you're already at your wit's end. And then somebody comes in, cuts you off, and you're enraged. Your blood starts boiling, you probably yell a few explicit words, and you're stressed out. Our stress is related on how we react in unpleasant situations. By training your mind using the mindfulness practice, you will learn to respond wisely to things that happen to you rather than responding and reacting blindly. How can you reduce stress at work while you're at your desk? Try this. Sitting where you are right now, close your eyes. Begin to notice if the mind is busy or if it's calm. Is your body tense or is it loose? What emotion do you have? Do you have any emotion? And then start to breathe deeply. And as your belly rises, say in your head, belly rising. And as your belly falls, say belly falling. Start doing this for 3 minutes. And then when your mind starts to wander and having negative thoughts as, this is so ridiculous, this is silly, this is never going to work. What are we doing for dinner tonight? I have a big event tonight. I got to start getting ready. Bring yourself back to your breathing. Again, breathe in and then breathe out. And keep doing that. And all you need to focus on is your breath. When you've done that for 3 minutes, come back and see if your body is less tense, about the same, if your mind is busy or calm or about the same. Usually you're a little bit more relaxed by taking those deep breaths in and those deep breaths out. There are a few more ways to incorporate the mindfulness practice while at work. Be aware. Encourage your employees to spend 15 minutes before each work day sitting at their desk and just breathing, taking in everything that is around them. Take 5. Teach employees to use the stop sign technique whenever they feel stressed. S. Stop what you are doing. T. Take 5 conscious breaths. O. Observe the sensation of the body and notice what you are thinking about. P. Proceed. Do one thing at a time. Teach employees that when their minds start wandering, to bring it back to the here and now. Take timeouts. Encourage your employees to take a 5 to 10 minute break for every 120 minutes. Encourage them to get up, walk around, stretch, and just breathe. Be in the present moment. Listen. Encourage your employees to practice the mindfulness listening during meetings, to be present and fully hear what people are saying. Note accomplishments. Encourage employees to make note of their daily accomplishments. Every time you make the choice of mindfulness, you're training the brain to be more present and calm. In today's work environment, mindfulness is a personal and professional strategy to improve performance and productivity. As Google, Yahoo, and Apple can attest, bringing mindfulness into their corporation has decreased employees' stress levels, improved their focus and clarity, improved their listening and decision-making skills, and improved their overall happiness and well-being. Mindfulness can reduce employee absenteeism and turnover rates, improve employee and client relationships, and boost job satisfaction. There's no doubt about it. Today's business is a round-the-clock atmosphere. We are constantly hounded with external pressures, overwhelmed with information overload. We are asked to deliver more with less, and working longer hours and having less time for personal time for renewal activities. By using the tools that we spoke about today to help reduce stress management, this will help us reduce our stress and bring more happiness into our lives. In other words, take the time to stop and smell the roses and just simply breathe.